Hi, I'm Lisa. This practice will be about alignment and flow. So we'll begin by moving through a series of poses rather slowly and deliberately as we focus on proper alignment. And then we'll move back through that same series of poses, but in a flow style, so one breath per movement. You may or may not need a couple of blocks depending on your practice. Let's begin in child's pose. So big toes touch knees wider than the hips. Walk your arms out in front of you, spread your fingers wide, and begin to release your hips back toward your heels and allow your forehead to release toward your mat. Eyes closed, take a breath in through your nose and open mouth exhale, release out the mouth. One more full breath in through the nose. Follow that with a long, slow exhale out the mouth. Then allow the lips to gently seal, breathing in and out through the nose, inviting an Ujjayi pranayama. Audible breath as you inhale, audible breath as you exhale. So notice the back ribs filling with breath as you inhale. And with your exhales, feel the hips gently sinking toward the heels. Work on creating a smooth flow of breath, balancing the duration of the inhalations and the exhalations. Maintain this smooth flow of audible breath as we begin to add some movement. With your next breath in, walk both of your arms over to your left side. Keep your right sit bone rooting down toward your heel. You might walk your right fingertips a little further forward. Allowing the right side body to release, send breath along the right side body. Feel the hip becoming a little heavier with each exhale, with your inhales lengthening through the fingertips. Inhale again and come back through center. As you exhale, now walk over to your right side. Root your left sit bone down. You might stretch your left fingers a little further forward as you continue to press the left hip down toward the heel. Now breathing into the left side body, inviting release there. On an inhale, come back to center. Then go ahead and slide your left arm under your right arm. Bring your left ear to the mat, the left palm is facing up. Come on to the fingertips on the right hand. Kind of gazing under your right arm, you might have closed eyes. Breathing into the left shoulder. And then we'll slide the left arm out and place it back on the mat. And now right arm weaves its way under the left, palm faces up toward the ceiling, and bring your right ear onto the mat. Come on to the fingertips on the left side. And just breathe gently into the right shoulder as you're gazing under your left arm. And then we'll bring the right arm back onto the mat and come on to our hands and knees, realigning your hips under realigning your knees, that is, under your hips, shoulders right over the wrists. For some cat-cows, inhale, lift your tailbone, drop your belly, reach your chest through the frame of your shoulders. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, hug the belly in, rounding your back, bring the chin to the chest, press the floor away. Inhale, arch, unravel the spine, gaze forward. Exhale, tuck and round. Keep going in sync with your breath, inhaling as you arch and exhaling as you tuck, round, and gently press the floor away. Just noticing what's happening in your spine at this time. Follow the flow of breath along the spine from base of spine to the crown of the head and back down to the base of the spine. Feel free to add any of your favorite cat-cow variations, maybe a little bit of movement from the hips, maybe the head is moving. You might turn your fingers to face inward, stretching out the wrists. Whatever feels good to you is waking up the spine. We'll take about 3 more rounds, and then eventually we will meet back in our neutral tabletop position. And then from here, just walk your hands an inch or 2 forward so they're just in front of your shoulders. Curl your toes under, lift your hips up, and press back into downward facing dog. Bend the left knee, reach the right heel to the mat, and switch. Bend the right knee, reach the left heel to the mat. Begin to wake up the hamstrings, pedaling out the legs, moving side to side. Notice if you're holding tension in your neck. You might want to shake your head side to side, up and down. Let that tension go. Find a comfortable spot for the head to rest right between the upper arms. Then notice the connection of the palms to the mat, fingers spread wide. Press the palms into the mat. Then begin to feel balls of the feet pressing against the mat. And now lift your kneecaps, energize your quad muscles, reach your heels back and down. Draw your navel in toward your spine, lift your hips up and press back. Now reach the shoulder blades forward toward the chest and then press the chest through the frame of the shoulders as if you could reach your sternum through toward the space between your thumbs. Feel the length of your spine. Take a breath in, come onto the balls of your feet. Exhale, tiptoe your way up to the front of the mat, feet hip distance. You might have a bend in your knees here. Grab onto your big toes with peace fingers, thumb on top. Inhale, long spine, reach the heart forward. Exhale, release the crown of the head to the mat, elbows flare out to the side. Inhale, lift and reach the heart forward. Exhale, fold. One more, inhale and exhale. Allow the head to be heavy. Take 3 full breaths here. Just notice where you're meeting sensation. Maybe it's the hamstrings, maybe it's the low back, maybe it's somewhere else. Observe without judgment, just with awareness. And then from here, inhale, reach the heart forward, long spine, hands to the hips, hug the elbows in toward one another. And then lead with your sternum, rise all the way up and release arms alongside of the body, Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, bend your elbows, bring them in line with your shoulders. Lift your sternum up toward the ceiling, press your hips forward. Inhale, arms straighten overhead. Exhale, cactus arms, feel the coiling of the thoracic spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbows in line with the shoulders for the back bend. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Maybe fingertips come to the shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle the arms out and up. And exhale, hands together at the heart. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend the knees, place the palms, step one leg back, the other leg back, high plank. Shoulders over the wrists, palms press into the mat, balls of the feet press into the mat, heels press back, crown of the head reaches forward. The core is active, frontal hip points drawing toward bottom ribs. Inhale, shift slightly forward, optionally lower your knees. Exhale, chaturanga, hug the elbows into the ribs. Inhale, either a cobra, maybe an up dog if you're ready. Just palms and feet on the mat for up dog. Exhale, curl the toes under, lift the hips up, and press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take a breath in through your nose. Exhale, let it go out your mouth.
Reach the heels back and down. Press the palms into the mat. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. And exhale, hands to heart, adding on. Inhale, circle the arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, crown of the head reaching forward, heart reaching forward. Exhale, bend the knees, place the palms, step back, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale for your back bend, heart reaches forward, shoulders reach back. Exhale, curl the toes under. Lift the hips up, press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right leg lifts. Bend your knees, stack your right hip over your left, but keep equal weight in your palms. Begin to circle the ankle a few times one way and a few times other way. Now straighten out your right leg, toes point down, take a breath in. Exhale, knee to the nose, look forward, shoulders over the wrist. Inhale, reach back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to the nose, step the right foot by the right thumb. Release the left knee down. On a breath in, sweep the right arm out and up for the twist. We're gazing up toward that right thumb. Feel the expansion of the collarbones. Shoulder blades drawing in toward one another on the back. Take another breath in, and with your exhale, release your right hand down. From here, we're going to inhale both arms overhead and exhale, arms out at shoulder height. You're gazing back toward that right arm. Take a breath in, flip the left palm, and take a reverse warrior with your knee down. Gazing past that right shoulder, your fingers may or may not touch the back leg. Doesn't matter. We're focusing on lengthening out of the left side body here. Take a breath in and come back to arms out to the side. Exhale here. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, palms to the mat. Curl the left toes under. Step your right leg back. Plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, hug the elbows in. Chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Tops of the feet press into the mat. Exhale, lift the hips up. Press back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bend your knees. Stack your left hip over your right. Press equally through both palms. Rotate the left ankle just a few times one way and just a few times other way. And now straighten out your left leg, toes point down, take a breath in. Exhale, knee to the nose, look forward. Inhale, reach it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the left foot by the left thumb. Release the right knee down. And inhale, left arm sweeps out and up for the twist. It's a long line of energy from right palm to left fingertips. Just breathe in, feel the collarbones fill with breath. Exhale, notice the shoulder blades draw together on the back. Take another breath in. And exhale, left palm to the mat. Inhale, both arms overhead. As you exhale, now reach your left arm out behind you, right arm in front of you. You're turning your head to gaze past that left shoulder. Stay strong in what's touching the mat, rooting into the mat. Inhale and reverse warrior. Lengthening now out of your right side body. If you feel wobbly, try walking your left foot over to the left. It'll give you a more firm base, making it easier to balance. Let's take another breath. And then we'll inhale, arms back out to the side. Exhale here. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, palms to the mat. Curl the right toes under. Left leg steps back, plank pose. Inhale, chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Now from down dog, take a breath in. Lift your right leg. Exhale, Bring your knee to your nose, look forward, step your right foot between your hands, flatten your left heel to the mat, check that you're in a heel to arch alignment, and then airplane arms open to the left. Virabhadrasana 2, right side. So the knee is right over the ankle and in line with the second to third toes. You're rooting down that right heel, which is activating your right thigh, protecting your knee joint. Outer edge of your left foot sealed to the mat, left thigh pressing back as the right hip is tucking slightly under. So the core is very active here. Frontal hip points reaching toward bottom ribs. And you're expanding from the center of the chest, through the shoulders, out the arms, the fingertips. Arms very active, fingers reaching in opposite directions, but somehow relax the shoulders away from the ears. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Inhale, right palm flips, reverse warrior. Lengthen up as though you could touch the ceiling. When you can't go any higher, arch slightly back. Stay strong in your foundation, what's touching your mat. Rooting down that right heel, left outer edge of the foot. Keep the knee over the ankle. Let's take another breath. Filling up that right side body. And then we'll inhale and bring the arms back into Warrior 2 shape. Press down the ball of the right foot. Straighten your right leg without locking your knee. Now reach all the way right. Inhale, and as you exhale, hinge over that right hip. For Trikonasana, you might grab a block, resting your palm against the block, or you might just rest your hand against your shin. Long line of energy from right arm to left arm, rooting down the ball of the right foot, outer edge of the left foot. You might gaze up toward that left thumb, feel your collarbones broaden. Shoulder blades draw together on the back. If it's not comfortable on your neck, however, you can gaze right in front of you or down at your foot. See what your body needs today. Let's take another breath here. And then we'll inhale up and bend back into your Warrior 2, just passing through. Reach forward, forearm to the thigh. Left arm extends out over your ear. Uttita Parsvakonasana, extended side angle pose. There's a long line of energy from the left heel all the way out to the left fingertips. Lengthen the right side body by pressing forearm against the thigh. You might revolve the ribcage up toward the ceiling and gaze under that left arm, still staying strong in what's touching the mat, your foundation. Right heel rooting down, outer edge of the left foot glued to the mat. From here, bring your left hand to your hip. Turn and face your torso down toward the mat. Come onto the ball of your left foot. Either block or fingertips on a diagonal from your pinky toe. Press off of your right foot to lift that left leg up into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. You can stay with your hand on your hip, or you might extend the left arm up toward the ceiling. Your foot is flexed. That right leg is engaged. Even if you have a bend in your right knee, you still want to activate your quad muscles. Feel the expansion across your chest. Take another breath. And then from here, we'll gently step back into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior, and exhale, cartwheel your hands to the mat. Your right leg steps back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. In your down dog, take a breath in through your nose. Exhale, let it go out the mouth. Then with your next inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to the nose, look forward, step the left foot between the hands, flatten the right heel to the mat. Check out that your heel to arch alignment. And as you're ready, airplane the arms open to the right. Now we're in our Virabhadrasana 2, left side. So our left heel is rooting into the mat, knee right over the heel, and in line with the second to third toe. Outer edge of the right foot sealed to the mat, right thigh pressing back, left hip slightly tucking under, core active, frontal hip points drawing toward bottom ribs. Arms reaching out from the center of the chest, from the heart center, reach across the chest, across the shoulders, through the arms, out the fingertips. Any amount, let the shoulders ease away from the ears. But notice the shoulder blades come together on the back because your collarbones are spreading wide on the front. Inhale, front palm flips, reverse warrior, reach up, 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 and arch back. Slightly resting your fingertips on your right leg. Stay strong in your foundation, really rooting that right heel into the mat. Inhale up and over, warrior two. Just passing through. Press the ball of the left foot into the mat, straightening your leg, but not beyond straight, so not locking out that knee. Reach all the way to the left, and then hinge over that left hip. You might grab a block, or just rest your hand against the back of your shin, or the back of your hand against your shin, that is. Long line of energy, bottom arm, top arm. Feel the expansion across your chest. Stay strong in your foundation and both thighs really active here. You might turn and gaze up toward the thumb. If you find that uncomfortable, look in front or down. Then from here, inhale. And we're back into a warrior two shape, bending that left knee. Reach forward, forearm to the thigh. Extend the right arm out over your ear. Side angle. Find that right heel rooted into the mat. Feel the energy travel along the whole right side body, out the fingertips. A little bit of attention to the left side as well. Left forearm pressing into the thigh, lifting and lengthening the left side waist. And you might gaze under that right arm, revolve rib cage up toward the ceiling. Breathe in all four sides of the torso, crown of the head are reaching forward. Exhale, release. And inhale, here we're going to bring our hand back onto the hip and move into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So we're going to look down, come onto the ball of the right foot. You might grab your block or you might just use fingertips. Slide forward on a diagonal from your pinky toe. Bring that right leg in just a bit. Press off of your left foot and lift your right leg. You can stay with your hand on your hip, focusing on flexing your foot and expanding across your chest as you draw your shoulder blades together on the back, or you might reach the right arm overhead. Another long, slow breath here. Feel that left thigh working. And then we'll gently ease back into Virabhadrasana 2. Flip the front palm. Inhale for a reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down and step back. Move through your vinyasa. Inhaling. As your heart reaches forward, press the forearms back, relax the shoulders. Exhale and lift the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Shoulder blades press forward toward the chest. Navel drawing in toward the spine. Hips lift up, thighs press back, heels reach back and down. Inhale. Exhale. Next, inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. And exhale, hands together at heart center. Now we're going to move through those same poses, but one breath per movement. So we won't have all the alignment cues. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend your knees, place your palms, step or float back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, roll over the tops of the feet. Back bend. Exhale, curl the toes under. Lift the hips up, press back. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step forward. Open up, warrior one. Inhale, flip the front palm. Reverse warrior. From here, back into your warrior two. Trikonasana, straightening out the right leg. Reach forward. Tip over into Trikonasana. Moving into half moon. Hand to the hip. Bend the knee. Come onto the ball of the foot. Step forward. Lift it up. Optionally extending that right arm up as well. From here, step back. Warrior two. Reach forward on an inhale. Right arm, left arm over the head. Parsvakonasana. Inhale, up and over, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands. Step back, vinyasa. You can always skip vinyasas and head straight to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Rise, Vira two. Lift the front palm on an inhale, reverse warrior. And from here, back into your warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Reach forward, Trikonasana, hand to the hip, bend the left knee onto the ball of the right foot, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, then gently step back, warrior two, reach forward, side angle, inhale, up and over, reverse warrior, exhale, cartwheel the hands back, and step back to plank, inhale, shift forward, exhale, chaturanga, inhale, back bend, exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 full breaths in Adho Mukha Svanasana, allowing the breath to slow down. Deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Bend the knees, look forward on an inhale, exhale, step or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now moving through Surya Namaskar B in the same fashion. First slowly and then back with a little more speed. So beginning with Utkatasana, bend your knees, sink your hips low, fingertips to the mat. Put the weight into your heels, lift your toes. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Lengthen your low back toward the mat as you hug your belly in toward your spine. Relax your shoulders, keep your sternum lifted. Take another breath in. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend the knees, place the palms, step back, high plank, chaturanga on an exhale. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step your right foot by your right thumb. Flatten your left heel to the mat. Toes point toward the top left corner. Knee and ankle stacked on the right side. On an inhale, rise up. Virabhadrasana 1. Root that right heel down. Press your right hip back. Outer edge of the left hip of the left foot roots down. And press your left hip forward. Working on squaring torso toward the front edge of your mat. Stay strong in that right quadricep area. Bring your hands behind. Clasp, a little bend in your elbows. Hug your elbows in toward one another. Inhale, lift your sternum and reach your knuckles toward the floor. Allow the shoulders to slide away from the ears. Let the sternum lift a little higher. Exhale, humble warrior. Crown of the head to the mat, knuckles to the ceiling. You're pressing that right hip back and hugging it in toward the midline. Still staying strong in that whole left leg. No tension in your neck. Take another breath here. Root down through the sole of the right foot. And inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, unclasp. Inhale, arms overhead. Spin onto the ball of your left foot. Now we're in crescent pose. Bend a little deeper into the right knee.
So pressing that left leg straight, lift the back of the left leg up toward the ceiling, relax the shoulders, lift the sternum. From here, hands to your heart, shift your torso forward, just hovering over your right thigh. Really root that right sole of the foot down and lift your left leg up into Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Toes pointing down. Stretch the sole of the foot away from you. The inner left thigh spirals up toward the ceiling. That right leg is strong, fully engaged. Hug the right hip in toward the midline. Then from here, release your hands down, standing splits. So here you might stay just like this. You might play with balance, bringing one or both hands to the back of the right leg. Still keeping that left leg active, toes pointing down. And then we'll go ahead and gently step back into crescent pose. From crescent pose, press the ball of the right foot into the mat, straightening out that right leg, release the left heel down. You might walk your left foot just a step forward. Take a breath in, lengthen. As you exhale, hinge over your right leg and release down. You might grab blocks on the way or maybe fingertips or palms to the mat. Inhale once again, lengthen the whole torso, crown of the head forward. Exhale, melt over that right thigh. Continue to press right hip back, left hip forward. Notice your shoulders. Can you relax the tops of the shoulders away from your ears and press shoulder blades forward toward your chest. So we're lengthening in the upper back rather than rounding excessively. Let's take one more breath here. And then inhale, lift halfway up. From here, bend into your right knee, onto the ball of your left foot, rise up, back in a crescent pose, take a breath in, maybe palms touch, lift the gaze, exhale, windmill the hands down, step back, move through your vinyasa, which you may always skip. Next breath in, left leg lifts, exhale, step your left foot by your left thumb, flatten the right heel onto the mat, and check that your knee and ankle align. Rise up. Warrior 1, left side. Root the heel of the left foot into the mat. Press your left hip back. Outer edge of the right foot glued to the mat. Right hip pressing forward. Sternum lifts, shoulders relax. Keep breathing. Stay connected with that Ujjayi breath. Then we'll bring the hands behind. Clasp opposite pinky on the outside. Hug the elbows in. Breathe in, lift your sternum, arch back, lift the heart. Exhale, humble warrior. Now knuckles to the ceiling, crown of the head to the mat. Notice the tops of the shoulders, work them away from the ears so the back of the neck is long. Shoulder blades press forward toward the chest. Really rooting down through that left heel, right outer edge of the foot. Take a breath in. And rise, exhale, unclasp, inhale, arms back overhead. From here, spin onto the ball of your right foot. We're in a crescent pose. So staying strong in that left quad area and lifting the whole back of the right leg up toward the ceiling. Bring your hands together at your heart. Then begin to shift forward. You're hovering over your left thigh. Feel the connection of the left sole of the foot to the earth. Slowly lift that right leg up. We're in a warrior 3. Left hip hugging in. Left thigh so active. And the right leg is active as well. Foot flexed, right thigh spiraling up toward the ceiling. Let's take another breath. And then we'll slowly release hands down. Now we're in standing splits. Still active, both legs really working. Maybe bring one hand, maybe both hands to the back of the left ankle. Keep spiraling right thigh up toward the ceiling.
Take another breath here. And then as you're ready, step back, right ball of the foot touches down, and we rise back into Anjaneyasana, crescent pose. Relax the shoulders. Then from here, root down the ball of the left foot, straighten your leg, and then bring the right heel down as well, shorten your stance. Breathe in for length, exhale, hinge over the left thigh, and bring fingertips either to blocks or to the mat. Inhale once again, all four sides of the torso and crown of the head lengthen forward. Exhale and release over the left leg. Keep pressing left hip back, right hip forward. Notice what's going on in the upper back and the shoulders. Any amount, can you press shoulder blades forward toward the chest and release the shoulders away from the ears. Take one more breath. And then we'll inhale, put a bend into the left knee, come onto the ball of the right foot, and rise back up into crescent pose. Palms touch, gaze up, breathe in, exhale, hands to the mat, left leg steps back, inhale, shift forward, exhale, chaturanga, inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. 3 full breaths here in your down dog. Palms pressing into the mat, heels reaching down and back. The hips lifting up and pressing back. Navel drawing in toward the spine. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, rise to stand. Hands together at heart center. So we're going to move through that whole sequence again, much faster, no alignment cues. So remember your alignment. Beginning with Utkatasana, bend the knees, sink the hips, weight in the heels, breathe in, exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, reach the heart forward, exhale, bend the knees, place the palms, step back, high plank, inhale, shift forward, exhale, chaturanga, inhale for your back bend, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, exhale, step forward, inhale, rise, Virabhadrasana 1. From here, humble warrior, clasp, breathe in, lift the sternum, exhale, forward fold, inhale, rise, exhale, inhale again, crescent pose. From here, hands to heart, press off your right foot, inhale, lift it up, Vira 3. Then release down, standing splits, step it back, back into your crescent pose. Press ball of the right foot into the mat, straighten your right leg, release left heel down, inhale, and as you exhale, hold over that right leg. Then from here, we're going to bend the right knee back onto the ball of the left foot, inhale, palms touch, lift the gaze, exhale, palms to the mat, right leg steps back, chaturanga, inhale, cobra or up dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step forward, Vira 1. Reach behind, clasp. Inhale, lift your sternum. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, rise up. Coming into crescent pose onto the ball of the right foot. Now hands to your heart, Virabhadrasana 3. Press off of your left foot, lifting your right leg. Reach down, palms to the mat, standing splits. Step it back, rise up, crescent. From here, press ball of the left foot into the mat, straighten. Release right heel down, breathe in, exhale, Parsvottanasana. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, melt the torso over the thigh. Bend the knee back onto the ball of the right foot. Inhale, arms overhead, and exhale, palms touch, exhale, Cartwheel the hands and step back. Final vinyasa here. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go out the mouth. One more time, deep breath in through the nose. Long, slow exhale out the mouth. Next breath in, right leg lifts. Exhale, bend your knees, slide your shin forward, right foot toward the left hand. Release the hips down. Walk your left leg straight back in line with your hips. Optionally, there's a prop to go under the right hip if needed. Take a breath in and lift your sternum arch back. Exhale, release into pigeon. So you might just spend a few breaths on your forearms and then eventually work your way down to resting forehead, either on your hands, on your mat, on a block. Some of your weight will shift onto your left thigh, so your pelvis is more level. You're not just sitting all the way right. You want to have a more level pelvis. Keep breathing, smooth, even flow of breath into that right hip. And inviting release there. Take one more big breath into that right hip. And with your exhale, allow a little bit of tension to leave that right hip. Then slowly lift your torso back up. Curl the left toes under and step your right leg back. Downward dog. Maybe sneak in the last vinyasa if you want to between sides. And then we'll do left side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bend your knees, slide your shin forward. Release down, walk right leg straight back in line with the right hip. Optional block under your left sit bone. Inhale, arch back. Exhale, come forward. Just don't go immediately to your edge. Maybe take a few breaths on your forearms. Shifting some weight over to that right thigh as well. And then when you feel ready, you're extending your arms out in front of you, forehead on the mat, or make a little pillow, stacking your hands and resting forehead on the hands. Now we're breathing into that left hip. And as I said, shifting some weight onto the right thigh, making the pelvis level. Take some smooth, easy breaths, inviting release in the left hip. You might notice any differences between right side and left side, as there usually are. Take one more breath here. And then begin to slowly lift your torso, sit onto your left hip, and swing the right leg around. And we're going to bring the sole of the left foot to the inner right thigh. If you like a strap, you can set that up by your foot. But I prefer that we come into the pose by lengthening first. So inhale, reach your arms overhead, get a long spine, turn and face your leg. Exhale, lead with your heart as you fold your torso over your thigh. Here you either allow your hands to end up wherever they naturally ended up, or you pick up a strap and place it around the ball of your foot. That's your choice. As you breathe in, think of length. Crown of the head, all four sides of the torso, reaching forward. As you breathe out, think of release, of softening, of letting go of some unnecessary tension that you're holding somewhere in the body. Keep curling those toes toward the knee. The knee is facing right up toward the ceiling. Top of the right femur bone pressing into the mat. Shoulders relax away from the ears. Let's take one more lengthening breath and a releasing exhale. And then we'll walk ourselves back up. And from here, bring your left palm on the mat right by your left hip. Sweep onto your left shin. Reach your right arm up and back. Allow the chest to expand. Shoulder blades draw together on the back. Breathe in. Lift a little bit higher. Maybe let the head release further back. Exhale and come back down. Switch. Extend left leg on a diagonal from the left hip. Sole of the right foot to the inner left thigh. You might move your strap over if you're using it. Breathe in, lengthen, turn and face the left leg. Exhale, fold over your leg. Either hands go where they landed or pick up your strap. Breathe in, heart reaches forward. Exhale, shoulders slide away from the ears. Keep the toes curling up toward the crown of the head. The crown of the head reaches beyond the toes. Knee pointing up toward the ceiling. Top of the left thigh pressing into the mat. Allow your breath to help you deepen the shape. So as you inhale, there's a sensation of lengthening forward. And as you exhale, there's a release. Maybe you're softening a little closer to the left thigh, or maybe you're relaxing some tension in your shoulders. Maybe you're unclenching your jaw with your exhales. So allow your breath to guide you into the shape. And then we'll take one more long, slow inhale, lengthening forward, and exhale, releasing tension, and we'll walk back up. Right palm by the right hip, inhale, reach up and back with that left hand. Expand across the collarbones, let the head release back. Press out of your right palm, lift a little higher. Breathe in, exhale, bring it down. Soles of the feet together, knees wide, Baddha Konasana. Take a few breaths, just sitting up tall. Shoulders relax as sternum is lifted. Maybe begin to press elbows into the inner thighs. And then inhale as you exhale, any amount that works for you today. Slowly hinging forward. Just trying to keep still a long spine. Reaching forward, little by little, and maybe beginning to walk the arms out in front of you, still reaching your heart through the frame of your shoulders. And maybe eventually letting the forehead melt toward the earth. Breathing into the inner thighs, maybe some sensation in the low back. And then we'll slowly walk back up. Hands to the outside of the thighs. Lift the legs in toward one another. Straighten them out. So flexing your feet. Tops of the femur bones pressing into the mat. Palms alongside of your hips. Press the palms into the mat. Lift your chest and roll your shoulders back and down. Let's take a couple of breaths here in Dandasana. Feeling the length of your spine, the strength of your legs. Next inhale, arms reach. Exhale, lead with your heart, fold over the legs. Once again, either allow your hands to go where they landed, or you can pick up your strap and place that around the balls of your feet. Use your breath. Inhales, invite length. Exhales, allow for release. Softening, letting go. Take one more breath here. And then we'll walk ourselves back up. Now we're just lowering down onto the back. Hug the knees into the chest and rock a little bit side to side. Straighten your legs, curl your toes down toward your face, reach your arms up. Fingers pointing up toward the ceiling. Then lower your right leg to just hover above your mat. Take a breath in. Exhale, crunch. Reach your hands to the side of your left leg. Inhale, everything back in place. Exhale, other way. Now crunch right. Inhale. Exhale, crunch left. Inhale. Exhale, crunch right. Inhale. Exhale, crunch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just one more each side. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Knees to the chest. One hand on each kneecap. Circle the knees in opposite directions, lubricating the hip joints. And go other way. And bring these back into the chest. Then from here, we'll set the feet down at about hip distance. Palms down on the mat. Check that you can touch your heels with your middle fingers. If not, bring the heels a little closer to the hips. Coming into a bridge pose, root the soles of the feet down. Inhale, lift the hips up. Then you'll wiggle your shoulders under you a little deeper as you clasp your fingers under your back. Breathe in, lift your hips just a bit higher. Keep the thighs in line with the hips, spiral inner thighs down toward the mat. Reach the tailbone toward the backs of the knees, roll the chest toward the chin. Extend the crown of the head toward the wall behind you. Breathe in, lift maybe just a little higher. Unclasp and exhale slowly, one vertebra at a time. Come all the way down. Then we'll do that one more time. Either you'll repeat bridge or you might go for full wheel Urdhva Dhanurasana if that is in your practice. If you're doing bridge, you'll just do exactly what you've just done. If you're doing wheel, you're going to bring your palms alongside of your ears, your fingers facing toward your shoulders, and then you'll come onto the crown of your head. Pause here, keep hugging the thighs in toward one another, and then inhale, press into the mat, lifting up into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Stay here for about 5 breaths, whether you're in your bridge or your wheel. And then if you are coming down from wheel, be sure to tuck your chin to your chest so that your shoulders touch before your head. And then bring knees into the chest and gently we'll rock a little from side to side. Now we're going to set the feet down, cross the right knee over the left. You might cross once or you might cross twice, it's your choice. Extend your arms out to shoulder height. Bring the knees into the chest. Pause, go back down. Shift your hips over to the right. Then bring your knees into the chest. Take a breath in. Exhale and roll to your right. Turn your head. Roll to your left, that is. Turn your head to the right. Let the shoulders relax. So more important than the knees touching the floor, both shoulders comfortably relaxed on the mat. And we're revolving this right rib cage down toward the right side of your mat as your knees are facing toward the left side. Take one more breath in this twist. And we'll inhale and come up. Exhale, uncross and switch. Set the foot down and shift your hips now to the left side of your mat. Knees into your chest. Breathe in. Exhale and roll to your right. Turn the head to the left as long as that's comfortable on your neck. And be mindful that your shoulders are on the mat. More important than your knees touching the floor. Just focus on relaxing the shoulders as you revolve the left rib cage toward the left side of your mat with the knees working toward the right side. Take another long, slow breath here. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, undo. From here, bring your hands to the outside edges of your feet and guide your knees alongside of your ribs. You want your heels right over your knees. Your tailbone is pressing down and reaching forward. Your shoulders are relaxed, no tension in your neck. You're pressing heels up toward the ceiling, but at the same time, knees down toward the earth. You can stay stationary here, or you might rock gently side to side. And then bring both knees into the chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Lift your forehead up toward your knees. Curl into a tight little ball. Take a breath in. And let a big exhale release you into Shavasana. Wiggle one shoulder under you, then the other. Let's rock the hips side to side a few times. Allow the feet to relax off to the sides. Backs of the hands against the earth as the fingers gently curl in toward the palms. If you haven't already, let your eyes close. Take a breath in through your nose. Exhale, release it slowly out your mouth. And from here, let go of any control of the breath. Release the ujjayi, just breathing naturally. Invite each muscle to let go of tension, softening around the eyes, in between the eyebrows, softening the jaw. Feel the tongue relaxed in the mouth. The throat is at ease. The shoulders, the hips, the entire back body becomes a little bit heavier with each exhale that you release. The front body becomes a little bit lighter with each breath that you take in. So allow yourself to sink into the support and to rest. Shavasana. If you're able to remain in Shavasana a little bit longer, definitely do so. If you need to move on with your day, then slowly begin to deepen your breath. Gently wiggle the fingers and the toes. Rub the thumb across the fingertips. Rock your head from side to side a couple times. Reach your arms overhead. Stretch the soles of the feet away from the fingers, then point the toes. Stretch the toes away from the fingers. As you're ready, bring knees into the chest. Roll onto your side. Rest your ear against your upper arm for a breath or two. And then placing your palm against the earth slowly. Allow the torso to come up before the head. Keep your eyes closed. Your focus inward as you make your way to a comfortable seat on your mat. Palms resting on your thighs, palms down, grounding, palms up, receiving your choice. Roll your shoulders back, release them down. Feel the sit bones rooting into the earth and follow the length of your spine up to the crown of the head as it reaches toward the sky. Just pausing for a few rounds of breath in stillness with gratitude to observe the effects of your practice. Bring your hands together at your heart. Bow your chin to your chest. Inhale, divinity. Exhale, ego. Namaste.